I'm about to bring up a very good friend of mine, actually my mentor and one of the closest people to me in this world, a guy named Joe Elizalde. And guys, for those of you who haven't met him yet, please do. But a little background on Joe. So Joe grew up here in San Antonio, Texas. Grew up in the barrios of San Antonio, left, went to the military. His military stories are quite fun to hear if you get a chance to ask him. He served in the Department of Defense. Got out, degree in exercise physiology, realized he wasn't making enough money for his family, went back to what he knows best, construction, and had a very successful construction business where he built a multi-million-dollar business building hotels in the construction world, and realized very quickly that that wasn't the answer. And as a single dad raising 2 kids on his own, he had to make a decision in his life. And I'm gonna let him talk to you about that decision. So
came out last night. Like Robbie said, my name is Joe Elizalde, and originally from San Antonio, Texas. 1995, left, ended up in Mississippi. Never thought I'd be there. All I knew about Mississippi was that there was a show I used to watch called In the Heat of the Night. So I'm flying over for the first time, and I'm looking down, and for some reason, like around airports, there's in a lot of towns, there's like really bad areas around the airport for some reason. So I'm flying over, and it just really doesn't look too good. And I'm thinking, wow, it's just like the show. Oh no, right? So then I land and find out it wasn't anything like the show. It was, it was awesome. It was great. So we lived there ever since, up until just this past holiday. We moved to Santa Rosa Beach, Florida, which was our vacation spot for the past 2 years. And for the past 2 years, we've been dreaming, envisioning, wow, my wife and I sitting on the beach with the kids thinking, one day we're going to get to do this, right? And I'm going to tell you, this comes full circle now, it's because of my decision and because of the love that someone had in their heart for me and my family that introduced me to all this that you just heard, that we were able to actually move there. We've been there for almost 2 months now. So super excited about that. We love the area. The kids are loving it. So again, it's been a blessing in our lives. So let me just tell you, as a general contractor who also owned a restaurant at the same time, who also was a single dad, like Robbie said, with custody of my 2 children, I had zero time. Okay, zero time to look or think about anything else. And honestly, no one really came to me and said, hey, would you like to, look into another business? No, because they understood. Joe had blinders on every day, all day. That's it. I had one, focus was I need to go to work. I need to go work on my restaurant, work on my projects. I was traveling 4 states, sometimes in one day, okay, every day. I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd get the kids up out of bed. They were asleep, carrying them on my shoulder, putting them into my truck, driving to my restaurant, opening the door. I'm in the restaurant. I'm firing up the grills, waiting for my cook to come in. Wasn't a chef, it was a cook, to come in, right? When he came in, because a lot of times he wouldn't show up. Right? So here I am, I'm making the kids breakfast, they're in the booth, finally waking up, I feed them, cook shows up, I pick them up, roll back to the house, get them dressed. Now I get them back in the truck, take them to school, I'm waiting in line, I drop them off, I'm gone. I make one phone call to my restaurant, making sure that they're okay, they don't need anything, now I'm off. Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, running to my projects, wherever I needed to be. Trying to put out fires all day, every day, stressed out completely, having blackouts at the time, by the way, because I was so stressed out. Now I'm running back to make sure that I'm the one picking my kids up from school, right? And picking up from school, going straight to the restaurant, getting them fed, right? They're doing their homework at the restaurant. I'm doing phone calls and damage control. If I have to wash dishes, whatever it was that I had to do while I was there, right? And then I go and take the kids home, and I had a nanny that would take care of them for several hours. I'd go back to the restaurant, and then I'd come home, and I'm usually home about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I got to do paperwork, so the kids were already in bed. And then I'd wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning again. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. I'd wake up at 4 again, and same thing, over and over and over again. Then I started realizing something. These kids have everything that they want. I can afford to buy them. I was doing very well. But what they needed and what they really wanted deep down inside was my time. And that's the one thing that I couldn't give them. And I didn't give them because I was chasing that almighty dollar. That's all I was doing, because I was raised, take care of your family, take care of your family, take care of your family, no matter what it takes. And that's what I did. Unfortunately, they got the negative aspect of that with not really knowing their dad. And my son was so young, I came home one day, and the nanny's like passing off my kids to me, right? And my son, I heard him call her mommy. And in my head, I'm thinking, are you serious? Like, okay, I didn't mind because she was awesome and all that, right? But she wasn't mommy, okay? By no means. And I just thought to myself, okay, I need to change. I need to do something different if I want this outcome to be different, right? My kids deserve more than that. And I didn't know what to do because that's all I knew was what I was doing at the time. Well, around that same time when all this was happening, I was having sort of an awakening. I get a phone call from home. It's both of my sisters, one of which was there last night, Norma, and my other sister, Susie. And they called me and said, look, Dad's not doing well. My dad had Parkinson's disease, and at that time he'd had it for about 15, 16 years, something like that. They said, he's on the tail end of his Parkinson's. His neurologist just said this, and you need to come down. Because if you know old school Latinos, right, he's hardcore. He wasn't listening to my sisters. They're my older sisters. They're like, he only listens to you. You need to come home. Because he's not listening to us, and we need to make new arrangements. So I'm shutting down my restaurant. I'm going to shut down my construction company. I'm going to go back home to San Antonio, Texas, and take care of my family. It's what you do, right? Before I left, I called my girlfriend at the time, and I said, listen, Chelsea, you've never met my parents. My dad's in bad shape. I'd like you to come back with me because I don't know what's going to happen. And I need him to meet you because I knew that she was the one, right? And I'm old school, so I called her parents and I said, would y'all mind if, your daughter comes with me to San Antonio? No, we're grown, right? But I still, out of respect for them, and they were like, absolutely, that would be, thanks for calling, absolutely. But we're actually in San Antonio, Texas right now on business. Wow, the presenter has a call. That's crazy. We're actually in San Antonio right now on business. Where I'm going, where my dad is sick. I'm like, you're in San Antonio? What are you doing in San Antonio? They said, we're just here on business. We'd like you to stop by our hotel before you go see your dad, please. Thinking to myself, okay, fine. Chelsea and I jump in the car, get to San Antonio, go straight to their hotel. They sit us down, we're talking. They're asking about my dad. I'm telling them what's going on. I haven't seen my dad yet. And they pull out these two, at the time, they were brown bottles. Brown bottles? Okay. Brown bottles with a blue and white label. And they put them on the table and they said, listen, we'd like to give this to you for your dad. I went to school for exercise physiology. I was in the fitness industry. That was always been my passion, even though I couldn't pursue it as a career at the time. I have a science background. So when they put these, I thought were vitamins on the table, I said, in my mind, I didn't say this out loud, I'm not a horrible person. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. My dad has a neurodegenerative disease with no cure, and you're giving me some vitamins? My dad, like, wow, these people are crazy. I didn't say that though. I know they meant well, and I'm like, wow, thank you. So I took them with really no intention of even like doing anything with them. I was probably gonna throw them in the back of my car or something. But I go see my dad. And I'm sitting there on my way to go see my dad. I called my friend who's a physician in Biloxi. And I said, Tommy, can you do me a favor? Do some research on this real quick. Sent him all the information. And he called me back and said, Joe, listen, I just want you to know something. Don't have any expectations. It's just a vitamin. Can't hurt him. So he's okay with the 20 pills that he's taking. He can still take this. There's no drug-on-drug interaction. There's no side effect. It's all good. But don't expect anything. Just a vitamin. These are his words. This is a medical professional, 20 plus years, a person that I know, love, and trust. He introduced me to Chelsea, who's now my wife, right? So I love the guy. So I'm just thinking, okay, cool. Get there, no expectations. Tell my mom. I give it to my dad. My dad's like, I'm on 20 pills right now, and they make me feel horrible. Okay? I don't want to take another pill. I'm done. I'm like, okay, Mom, I need you to just somehow, some way sneak this into his regimen, right? I don't know what it's going to do. Who knows? I don't expect anything. Well, I guess I'm going to have to say this first and foremost. By no means do we make any health claims, okay? We don't claim to cure, treat, or mitigate anything up here, neither one of us, Robbie or myself. But what we're telling you is what happened. We started activating my dad's body. And this is what we noticed. We noticed a huge change in the quality of his life. And for me, done. I go back to this couple and say, listen, that so-called vitamin that I thought you gave me, I don't know what that is, but I'm coming over. When can I come over? I want to know everything because this is changing his life. So we sat down, I found out everything about it, and let me tell you what, not only was it something that I had never heard about, never learned about in school, none of that stuff, right? And I try to keep myself pretty up to date in health and wellness. I also reached out to other people that were in the industry, all right? They'd never heard of it before. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, now remember, I'm a businessman. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, so nobody in Mississippi knows about this, but everybody needs it, and I know it to be real, and I saw the studies, I'm like, there's gotta be something here. And by the way, at the time, nutrigenomics, are you kidding me? There was no such word yet, okay? This is happening now. Did you see those numbers? It said 2020. What year is this? We're in 2020, right? So here we are now, today. This was 8 years ago, a little over 8 years ago that I was going through all this, right? And now I come to find out that there was a company called LifeVantage that was behind what it is that we were looking at, right? What I had my hands on. And I said, okay, as a businessman, I need to see the financials because that's who I am. Like really publicly traded company, traded on the NASDAQ. I can look at their financials. Everything's an open book. Check, check, check. For me, it was awesome. I'm like, I understand numbers, right? I like this, right? And then I find out that, okay, so I have validation, right? I have credibility, the fact that it's publicly traded, right? I looked at all the financials, everything worked out. This was the perfect storm, and nobody knew about this? I thought to myself, I have a restaurant, and then I have 10 other restaurants right around my restaurant, so I'm competing with them every single day. And they drop their prices, I gotta drop my prices, and I go to my food rep, and this is craziness. My construction company, I'm building Wingate Inns for Wyndham, and I'm bidding against thousands of other general contractors all over the United States, and some out of the country. It was craziness, right? It was very cutthroat. And I'm thinking competition. And then I look at what LifeVantage has, and I'm like, wow, no one knows about this, and no one can compete with them? There is no other product that can do what this does? I'm all in. January 12th, 2012, I decided, myself and Chelsea decided we were going to jump in. We're going to launch this thing in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We were going to introduce this to the people we love and care about the most. Just like, by the way, her parents did, because it was her parents that shared it with me, right? Okay, so we jumped in head first, never in a million years imagining it would turn into what it is today. We crossed our fingers 8 years ago. And we said, boy, I hope this works. I hope this works. But if nothing else, our intention was to share this with people that we know, love, and care about. People need to know about this. Because I know people in this room have family members suffering with different diseases, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, fibromyalgia, MS, autism, whatever. I mean, diabetes, arthritis, gout, they're looking for something, right? Well, guess what? We have some information, right, that they might need to look at. Can't connect the dots for them, but here's the truth. We reduce oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days. That's what that means for everybody in this room. It's completely different because our bodies are different. But we do also know that over 250 diseases have one common denominator, and that's oxidative stress. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking, I absolutely want to try, right? Why would you not? Okay, especially if you love the person. So here we are, fast forward 8 years. Construction Joe, single dad, 2 kids, one in a restaurant, busy, stressed out, unhealthy. Here I am today. I'm 22 now. I've turned back time, right? Like I said last night. But let me tell you what, I don't have those blackouts anymore. Trust me. And it's for several different reasons, but I'm going to tell you this. We have an international distribution company now, and guys, we're in 16 countries. I get paid residually. I'm able to now stay at home with our new baby girl. She's 2 years old. Okay? So I'm now at home where I needed to be, and I can run my business off of my cell phone, right? It's been a true change in my life. So I want to talk to the folks in the room that are guests here tonight that maybe, are looking at a cushion, something a little extra in your life. Because honestly, this, for me, was never like, hey, listen, this is going to be something that's going to, that's going to take over what I'm doing. I never thought about it that way. All I knew was that there was something that I had my hands on, and I want to take advantage of it. And if someone like me can do this, then wow, anybody can do this. I want to help people anyway. That's who I am. So why don't I just try? What I found out was that I wasn't alone. I didn't have to do this by myself. I was able to lock arms with some amazing people, some in this room today, and they helped me through the process. This company, LifeVantage, being a publicly traded company, you can go to their websites, you can go to their back office, but I suggest that you go and get with the person that invited you here tonight, okay? Get with them and ask them for some details on, hey, listen, what does this look like for me? Because if it worked for construction, Joe, like maybe there's something in it for me, right? What does this look like? Well, I'll tell you what this looks like. You see this number here, okay? Projected market, are you kidding me? 2023, you've got a little bit of time, okay? That interview earlier, it was talking about 2020. Now, it's talking about 2023. This is happening with or without anybody in this room, let me tell you. And I knew that 8 years ago because I heard someone say, this is gonna happen with or without you. And in my mind, I said, oh no, it's going to happen with me, right? I'm not going to let this opportunity pass me by. And to know that everyone in this room can take advantage of this opportunity while doing whatever it is that you're doing 9 to 5 right now. 9 to 5, 6 to 10, like me, whatever it is that you're doing right now. You can do this part-time. You can create a residual income, that cushion, right? Maybe you're doing very well, right? Maybe, things are great for you right now. Okay. But guess what? What about a plan B per se, right? What about an investment? Those investors in the room, you like investments? Well, let me tell you what, I haven't been able to find one better than this. Because when I joined this company, I bought stock, by the way, because I work the business both ways, outside and inside. I bought stock at around 50 cents. What's it trading for now, Sam?
$15.
Okay, so I'm real happy with that investment. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so again, publicly traded company, our ticker symbol's LFVN. You can go look us up. There's several different ways, depending on your situation and what kind of opportunity you want out of LifeVantage, right? That you can actually partake in this, okay? I like to call it, because I'm a business person and we own some franchises, I like to call this a modified type of franchise. Okay, so you get all the benefits of a franchise without the high barrier of entry and without all the headache. Because I'm going to tell you, who wants to go buy a McDonald's right now? Well, I hope you have about $5 million, right? And I hope that you're willing to go long term. And I hope that you're willing to have payroll and everything else and all the other headache that comes along with owning a business. It's a headache, okay? I'll tell you. But with this, let me show you my office. Show you my business. Okay, I travel around the world now, and I can run my business while I'm on the beach with my kids, or in a conference room, or last night at a party. Which, by the way, really close friends of mine came in last night from San Antonio, and they are ready to get this thing rolling. They're successful people, and they see a vision, and they want better for their families, and they understand that although they're doing well, guess what? If there's an opportunity that comes around, they're going to take advantage of it, and especially if it's something that we do 3 things, guys, and I'm going to close with this. And the 3 things for the guests in the room that we do, and if this sounds good to you in any way, you're going to see the big picture, and please get with the person that brought you here to get the details, the nitty-gritty, right? Okay, the magic happens after we finish talking, but those 3 things are, we help people first and foremost. We help people, period. Does anyone in here not like helping people? If you don't, this isn't for you, okay? It's not for you. But we help people. Second is that we have fun. Last night was just a little example of that, right? We had fun last night, right? Had fun giving back and helping people. And third is you can make unlimited income potential. It depends on what you need. Some people just want a couple $100 extra a month, and that's okay. Residually, that's beautiful, right? $500, $1,000. Some people want 6 figures a month residually. I know that there's people in this room that think 6 figures a month, there's no way. People don't do that. Yes, they do, okay? And I'm gonna tell you what, that's my goal. And here's why, and understand this, and I promise I'm closing with this. Those of you that don't know me, when I tell people that my goal this year is to make 6 figures a month, it blows their mind, and first judgment, I guess, call would be, hey, well, wow, this guy's like all about money, he's a greedy guy. Absolutely not. My mission, the mission of my family is to make ridiculous amounts of money so that we can make a ridiculous impact on the things that we love and care about, okay? Like CC4C and other organizations that we're part of, like Parkinson's, because my dad had Parkinson's for 22 years. You know, we have our individual, organizations and charities that we're in love with and partnered with. So that's why we want to do it. I don't know about here in Austin, Texas, but $20,000-$30,000 a month, you can live on that in Mississippi. I don't know about here. Y'all might need to cut back a little bit or something, but So again, it's not about all the big money. It's whatever you need. Some people just need, again, like I said, a couple $1,000 a month. It's whatever you want out of this. But I will tell you, you're not going to do this alone. All right, you're going to do this as a family. I think you got some experience in that last night, right? There's some good people in this group. Again, and it's been my honor to be here with each and every one of you. If there's anything I can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to try to reach out. We're going to try to be here more often. I know we're in San Antonio quite a bit. So anyways, love you all. Thank you all for listening. Appreciate you.